Right, hello, my name's Rob, otherwise known as Hughes5, and, well, it's that time where, oh sheep, where I make myself something to eat at half past, 2:45, but, I actually have a mini sushi box, and these things, yeah, their expiry dates are closest the 9th of April, and it's Saturday 8th. It is 3 a.m., but, you know, still the 8th. So, because of that, only half a cheese sandwich today. Only half. But, like with all good cheese sandwiches, I am going to have a packet of crisps with it. Because it's nothing better than having a packet of crisps straight after a sandwich. This cheese crumbles so much. This time of night, or this section of the what do we call it? What's this thing called? Vlog? That's the word. It's turned into kind of like a podcast situation, and that's actually what I want to talk about right now, which is the podcast situation. Because if you didn't know, I, as well as a couple of friends, do this thing called Gentleman's Gossip, which is supposed to be a weekly podcast. But for 2 weeks straight, we have not recorded the podcast, which means for 3 weeks, which means for 3 weeks straight, there's been no podcast, as in to upload. Because how I do it is we record it on a Thursday and then upload it the Wednesday after. So basically a week. But it has a whole, basically 24 hours, if not more, depending on the time I upload it, for people, if do so, comment on it. So, you know, I can't actually read anything out if they do it or if they don't, and, well, it's just how I like doing it. And today, I get on TeamSpeak with the guys and to say, hey, it's Thursday. Thursdays, podcast days. And they instantly shut me down. Fair enough. Prelia, he literally just says to me, oh, I don't feel like doing a podcast today. I just can't be bothered. And found out reason why is because he's thinking through a lot. Because he's thinking about moving out, getting a new place. And at the same time, that's just a terrible excuse considering I constantly have a lot of things going through my head. But that's it. It's like, it's basically like a work and home situation. Whatever happens at home, you don't take it to work. And whatever happens in work, you don't bother about it when you go home. That's basically the same with when it comes to hopping on TeamSpeak. Hopping on TeamSpeak, doing videos, this, that, and the other. This is the only time where the two meet. This is the grace area where it meets. So, yeah. And then he says to me, because when I edited the Pulsar special, which is darn awful, it took me 3 days to do it because of just how terrible it was. 3 days to edit it because of how terrible it was. So it actually got put up a day late. But the point is, I get on Thursday night and say, I finally uploaded the podcast today, and I'm just not bothered with one tonight. I just can't be bothered. This podcast just took it all out of me. And he says to me, "Oh, is it because it's feeling like work now?" No, of course not. Of course it doesn't feel like work. But it's just because I had 3 days of nothing but editing that podcast. All I wanted to do was play a game on that day. So I'm like, okay, we're going to miss a week. A week passes. Ian isn't on Thursday and Friday of that week. Another week passes. I get on, and Pirelli says to me, "I can't be bothered, but but at one time when we had things to talk about," because Ian was on at the time, "when we had things to talk about, all you were doing was playing a game." And I'm just like, and? It's been 3 weeks of no podcast. Yeah, 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks without us talking. It's been 3 weeks. Because on my iPad I have a long list. And I say to them, "Oh, well, what's wrong with talking about what you had then, now?" "Oh, well, it's irrelevant at this point." On my bloody iPad, it's tons of things that's irrelevant, but I wait for the podcast to talk about them. Ah, well, this is basically my little rant area of thing. I rant to the internet. That's where I rant. People normally come to me to rant at me and to like take off some steam and, you know, just rip into me so they don't rip into themselves, kind of thing. And I'm perfectly fine with that, but when it comes to me letting off some steam and ranting about things, well, the internet is that place. So yesterday's podcast was long, and I feel like today's will be long as well. But yesterday's was so long, it still hasn't finished rendering yet. Like, I've been downstairs for... Well, I was downstairs for a little over 10 minutes, and it still hasn't rendered yet. But, I feel like the podcasts, I feel like the vlogs are doing alright. Don't get me wrong, this is terrible. Don't get me wrong, they could be doing better. Like, they could be doing better, but Ooh, shit. So what's actually in these? I never actually read. 2 smoked salmon, soft cheese, and cucumber mini. California. Yeah, it is California roll with black. Sesame seed with black sesame seed coating. 2 smoked salmon. How the hell do you pronounce that? Low salt soy sauce with low salt soy sauce. I don't like. Do you know what? I haven't actually tried adding soy sauce to these meals yet. I say meals, they're 4 little things. But I haven't actually tried doing that. I've had soy sauce on its own and it's like, ugh. but let's add a couple of drops just to coat the rice. Just coated it. That's how it's supposed to look. That's how it looks now. And like I said, I've never tried soy sauce with sushi. I've tried it on its own and it was like... But this is very little. It's like just coated... it's salty. It's salty, but honestly it didn't actually... I don't think I put it on thick enough. Because I couldn't taste it. So let's try again. Am I on fuck? Of course I am. It's Fish Islands, but okay, this time I gave it a generous coating. Like, this was practically full, now it's about a quarter empty. So still got like 3/4 of it. And yeah, it's definitely generous considering it seeped through. Okay. Could actually taste it that time. And like I said, on its own, nah, not all that nice. But adding it to the rice, it actually added a little bit, it actually added flavour to it, which, surprising. Alright, let's try it on the big guys. Now these ones I like a lot. I like these guys, so if it ruins this for me, I am not going to be happy. But let's tip it on. I used almost half. Almost half. Oh Jesus, where's my... Well, if you couldn't tell what I was referring to, I was talking about chopsticks, because I have a nice black pay with like a blue dragon on it, but I just remembered me and my grandmother tidied in my room a little while ago, and I haven't seen them since, but at the same time I haven't been looking for them since, and now I don't know where they are. So I'm gonna try with a toothpick, and it actually worked quite well. A toothpick actually worked quite well. Oh Jesus, I actually drenched this. I drenched this in soy sauce. Alright. Nah. The soy sauce ruined this one. Soy sauce ruined that one. So I guess soy sauce with like the plainer ones, such as the smoked salmon, works, but adding it to the filled ones, such as with the soft cheese and the cucumber, nah, didn't really work out all that well. Don't get me wrong, it didn't taste horrible, it just didn't taste the way I liked it. Also, that has been... Right, that was yesterday's. Also, I'm kind of an idiot for that part. I actually found out the file, the video file actually just got moved. I wonder if it happened this time as well. No, so basically the file was just here. So instead of being here, where it's supposed to be in its own separate folder, it was just here in the main one. And it was named something dull, like temporary something something, and I didn't question it, but yeah, it was dull. It was a dull one, and today's vlog is already about 20 minutes long, and it's only 3 AM. Right, so it is currently 6 PM, and I've been busy today, hence why I've got my working jacket on. I've been busy today, as well as my hat, sure. And I've been constructing a greenhouse from scratch. And if you know anything about building a greenhouse or building anything in general, you know it's a 9 till 5 thing. Depending on the size of the greenhouse, it could be a 9 till 9 thing, because I've done that. A full 12 hours building a greenhouse. Luckily, I didn't have 12 hours of building a greenhouse today. But it still took me a while. And the thing is, I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping in house, at home. I'm literally coming in here, getting a drink, talking to you for less than 5 minutes, and then off again. And then I should be back home about 8-ish. So, yeah, I'll see you then. Right, so I actually got home like an hour before I thought I would. So, obviously, that means editing time. Okay, so I mentioned this yesterday, but I have no idea where the clip went for it. But basically, my phone, my HT, whatever the hell this is, it comes with a portable charger, and it's a brick to begin with. But I thought, sweet, I can have a portable charger for my phone. So I try my hardest to plug this in, and then find out that you have to plug it in like this. So it has a brick attached to it, and it takes up a good portion of the screen. Like, look at that gap, and then I can't even, if I wanted to have this charging while on the phone. So the company, I assume Energizer, I assume that's the company, you needed to flip this around. Plus, I found out that this camera, in fact, takes the exact same charging port. So, you know, I'm fiddling, trying to get in my hardest, and find out that this would go this way. So 1, if it would actually fit, it would cover the lens, and 2, it won't fit, so it won't be useful for this camera. Why? Because I assume all HT phones have their charging port the exact same way around. So why the hell would they think that it's a good idea to have it block up like a quarter of the screen? Weird. No. I don't know what that was, but it was something. But I want to say thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in another video.